Did you know that in Iceland, summer can bring 24 hours of sunlight, while winter has no daylight at all? It's a magical country where volcanoes, glaciers, and the unimaginable exist side by side, where you might bump into the president relaxing in a public hot spring. And don't forget, Icelanders are incredibly bold when it comes to love. They even have an app to check family ties, just to avoid dating a relative. And that's just the beginning. Want to discover more jaw-dropping facts? Join us as we explore 15 amazing truths about Iceland in today's travel documentary. Number 15. The frozen land where the sun shines 24 hours a day. Iceland, also known as the land of ice and fire, lies in the North Atlantic Ocean near the Arctic Circle, set apart from the rest of Europe like a quirky loner who prefers to play solo. Covering an area of about 103,000 square kilometers, just a bit larger than the U.S. state of Hawaii, it's vast enough to hold stunning natural wonders like erupting volcanoes, massive glaciers, and even black sand beaches. Iceland's climate is truly one of a kind. Summers feel like nature's free air conditioning, while winters are bitterly cold. Still, thanks to the warm Gulf Stream current nearby, Iceland's winters aren't as extreme as many places at the same latitude. With a population of only around 400,000, less than that of a major U.S. city, Iceland is one of the most sparsely populated countries in the world. Ethnically, Iceland is nearly a mono-ethnic nation, with most people being Nordic Icelanders, handsome descendants of the Vikings. The main language is Icelandic, one of the oldest and least changed languages in the world, and also one of the hardest to learn. Fortunately, most Icelanders speak fluent English, making it easy for visitors to get around. Number 14. The world's most beautiful beach without sunshine, only in Iceland. Reynisfjara is the legendary black sand beach in southern Iceland, often dubbed the most beautiful beach on Earth that has no sunshine. Forget blue skies and golden sun. This place captivates travelers with its surreal, otherworldly scenery that feels like it's straight from another planet. Located about 110 miles south of Reykjavik, Reynisfjara is a 2.5-hour drive through lava fields and snowy mountains. The beach features massive basalt columns that rise like fortress walls, and powerful waves that can reach up to 40 feet, over 12 meters, giving the landscape the feel of a Hollywood sci-fi movie. And here's something fascinating. In Iceland, personal space and freedom of choice are deeply respected. There are beaches where locals freely immerse themselves in nature and enjoy outdoor activities in their own way, as long as it doesn't disturb others. This is completely legal in Iceland, just like in Denmark and Sweden. Number 13. The land of Norse goddesses. Walking the streets of Reykjavik, you might spot Icelandic women who look like they've stepped out of a fairy tale. Porcelain skin, icy blue eyes, and an aura that makes you wonder, did I just see a real Norse goddess? But it's not just their beauty that makes Icelandic women stand out. It's their unmistakable sense of independence. They know their worth and live life on their own terms. Here, women own businesses, write books, climb mountains, drive taxis, raise kids on their own, and still stay cool like it's no big deal. Icelandic women have progressive views on love and marriage, especially on dating apps like Tinder, which is quite popular on the island. But with a population of just 400,000, smaller than New Orleans, the chances of accidentally dating a relative are pretty high. To avoid this, Icelanders use a unique app called Icelandinga app that helps them check if someone is related. Pretty wild, right? So, do Icelandic women like marrying foreigners? The answer is, nationality doesn't matter to them. What's important is that you respect them and are serious about love and commitment. Icelandic women are known to be very loyal. Want to know how to connect or make friends with Icelandic women on social media or dating apps? If yes, drop a comment with the number 8 and we'll share some fun tips just for you. Number 12. Iceland's hot tub culture. In Iceland, hot tubs are more than just a place to relax. They're a vital part of the country's social culture. From early morning to late at night, you'll find Icelanders soaking in public hot springs, not only to unwind, but also to meet and connect with others. These hot springs are often divided into small pools or large communal areas, with ideal temperatures ranging from 37 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius, perfect for relaxing and chatting. In Iceland, there are no social barriers in public baths. You can strike up a conversation with anyone, even the president of Iceland, without feeling any sense of social hierarchy. Locals believe that hot tubs aren't just for cleansing the body, they're also for cleansing the soul. Open, friendly conversations in the warm waters help maintain strong social bonds in this small, yet tight-knit society. Thanks to this unique culture, hot springs in Iceland are not just places for relaxation, but an essential part of daily life. If you visit Iceland, don't miss the chance to soak in a hot spring and chat with the locals. You'll definitely leave with some interesting stories to share. Number 11. A culture of escaping the world. Wooden cabins in the wilderness. Amid Iceland's vast snowy fields and majestic volcanoes, there's something fascinating that not many people know. Many choose to build wooden cabins in remote areas, away from modern life. Interestingly, both locals and visitors have embraced this peaceful lifestyle. It's not just a living choice, it's part of a slow-living culture that Icelanders deeply value. This tradition is not only preserved, but also celebrated through the practice of building wooden cabins in secluded landscapes. These small houses, nestled quietly in nature, symbolize harmony with the land and a simple way of life. In fact, many cabins are so remote that they can only be reached by hiking or using off-road vehicles. What's remarkable is that life in these cabins isn't just a temporary experiment. Many Icelanders actually live and work in these huts year-round, sometimes without electricity or internet, relying on natural resources like spring water and wind energy. It's a true way of escaping the world, but also a path for locals to reconnect with their ancient cultural roots, much like Viking warriors who once lived in harmony with the wild. With over 300 self-built cabins scattered across the country, this lifestyle isn't just a personal choice, it's a living cultural heritage where each individual finds peace in their own space. Number 10. Iceland and the world's largest genetic bank, preserving Viking bloodlines. When it comes to biotechnology, you might first think of the US, Japan, or Germany. But did you know that Iceland has the world's largest genetic bank relative to its population of 400,000? That's right. Here, hundreds of thousands of DNA samples have been collected and analyzed by the company Decode Genetics, with strong support from the government. Amazingly, nearly 2/3 of Iceland's population have participated in this genetic research project, aimed at identifying and preventing hereditary diseases passed down from the Viking era. Participation is completely voluntary, and many locals are proud to have their DNA contribute to the advancement of human medicine. More than just tracing ancestry and family lines, the Icelandic government encourages DNA storage to help prevent inherited conditions like cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's. Genetics is seen as a way to protect future generations while contributing to global medical research. In Iceland, just a few clicks can tell you which Viking bloodline you belong to, an experience no other country in the world can offer. Number 9. A real Viking village where locals live like their ancestors. There's a Viking village in northern Iceland where people live and work just as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. This village has been recreated with remarkable accuracy, from small wooden houses with thatched roofs to traditional food preparation, handmade crafts, and even ancient games. What's fascinating is that this village isn't just for sightseeing. Visitors can actually experience life as a real Viking warrior. You can try everyday Viking tasks like chopping wood, weaving fabric, crafting tools, or even baking bread on hot stones, just like they did in the old days. One of the must-try experiences is dressing up in full Viking gear. you'll get a sense of the strength and fierce independence that defined Viking warriors. Wearing the outfit and joining in reenacted Viking battles during festivals is a one-of-a-kind feeling, and during Christmas time, the village hosts exciting Viking festivals with activities like Viking boat races and shows featuring ancient Viking-style combat sports. You'll be immersed in the high-energy atmosphere of brave warriors, making it feel like you've stepped back into the wild, rugged Viking age. Number 8. Life in Reykjavik. During the day, Reykjavik comes alive under the rare rays of sunlight. The city's streets buzz with local shops, cozy cafes, and friendly people. You'll see residents strolling leisurely along cobblestone paths, sipping coffee in colorful little cafes, while moms push strollers, students ride bikes to school, and groups of friends chat cheerfully. The cityscape, mixing vibrant houses with modern buildings, offers a charming blend of the old and the new that visitors can't help but fall in love with. Interestingly, Icelanders love outdoor activities, no matter how harsh the weather. Popular daytime excursions include trips to natural hot springs, like the Blue Lagoon, or whale-watching tours in Faxaflói Bay. Both must-do experiences for visitors. When the sun sets, Reykjavik transforms into a different kind of lively. Live music fills the city's pubs. Rooftop bars become energetic gathering spots, and the view over the city and ocean is nothing short of spectacular. Nightlife hotspots like B5 Club and Pre-Kid Bar are unmissable for those wanting to experience Iceland's evening vibe, with EDM, jazz, and rock playing into the night. And here's something special: karaoke is practically a national pastime. Everyone in Iceland sings, anywhere, anytime. From bars to private homes, karaoke is such a core part of the culture that people will sing all night long, even while soaking in a hot spring. Number 7. Some of the most breathtaking travel destinations in the world. Iceland is a paradise of strange and majestic landscapes that you simply won't find anywhere else on Earth. One of the most iconic spots is the Blue Lagoon, the world's most famous geothermal spa. Its milky turquoise water, rich in silica, is known for making skin feel soft and smooth. But the experience is about more than just skincare. The lagoon sits among volcanic rock and black sand, creating an otherworldly outdoor spa experience right in the heart of the earth. Another incredible sight is Vatnajökull National Park, the largest national park in Iceland and home to the Vatnajökull Glacier, one of the biggest glaciers in Europe. This is a dream destination for those interested in exploring ice caves or climbing frozen peaks. What's amazing is that Vatnajökull not only ranks among the largest glaciers, but also contains some of the world's most beautiful ice caves. These natural wonders feature stunning, crystal blue formations that offer a raw and unforgettable glimpse into Earth's icy beauty. Finally, for those who love discovering dramatic volcanic scenery, Landmannalaugar in Iceland's highlands is a must-see. This geologically powerful region is known for its colorful mountains, natural hot springs, and sweeping views. It's a top destination for hiking enthusiasts, with trails that take you through lava fields, winding paths past emerald lakes and red cliffs, creating a truly unforgettable adventure. Number 6. Iceland and the 100% real elf protection agency. Yes, Iceland actually has an elf protection agency. Sounds like something out of a fairy tale, but in Iceland, elves and mystical creatures are taken seriously. So much so that multi-million-dollar construction projects have been halted because they were suspected of disturbing the invisible dwellings of these beings. A survey in Iceland revealed that up to 54% of the population believes that elves, forest spirits, and other supernatural beings really exist. Believe it or not, when a highway project in western Reykjavik was about to begin, locals fiercely protested, claiming it would pass through the habitat of the Huldufolk, the hidden people, or elves. The result? The authorities stopped the project, redesigned the route, and reassessed the entire plan. Even more fascinating, There's an unofficial organization in Iceland known as the Elf Protection Agency, led by Ragnhildur Jónsdóttir, famously called the Elf Language Translator. In a country that ranks among the world's leaders in genetics and internet technology, the continued belief and respect for mystical forces is one of Iceland's most charming contrasts. Number 5. The only country without ants or mosquitoes. If you've ever been annoyed by the buzz of a mosquito near your ear, or annoyed by ants crawling around your kitchen, then Iceland might just be your dream destination, a real biological paradise. Iceland is one of the few countries in the world that has no mosquitoes, no ants, and is known for its clean and peaceful environment. Scientists explain that the harsh climate, volcanic soil, and constantly changing weather prevent insects like mosquitoes from completing their life cycle. The sudden temperature shifts between freezing and thawing also stop mosquito larvae from surviving. While many countries spend billions of dollars annually fighting mosquito-borne diseases, in Iceland you can stroll through nature without a single worry about bugs. Number 4. Alcohol isn't sold in supermarkets, only at government stores. One of the most unique things about Iceland is its strict alcohol regulations. If you come here thinking you can grab a bottle of wine or liquor at a regular grocery store, forget it. Alcohol in Iceland is only sold in special state-run stores called Vinbúðin. These stores are operated by the government and are found in most major towns. But there's a catch. You can't just walk in and buy alcohol anytime, especially on weekends. This makes Iceland quite different from countries like the US or the UK, where alcohol is widely available in most stores. But there's a clear reason behind this system: to control alcohol consumption and prevent abuse. Number 3. Iceland's most unique and bizarre festivals. Iceland is full of strange and surprising festivals. You'll see people dressed in special costumes enjoying traditional games, making the whole event feel like a joyful, magical gathering. With thousands of participants, it truly feels like stepping into another world, one where wonder and happiness are part of daily life. If you love music, the Iceland Airwaves Festival is something you won't want to miss. Held right in the middle of the cold winter season, this music festival not only offers incredible performances, but also turns Reykjavik into a magical open-air stage. What makes it extra special is the choice of venues. Concerts take place everywhere, from tiny cafes to old industrial warehouses, blending music and space into a key part of Iceland's modern art scene. Another celebration you can't miss is Beer Day on March 1st each year, marking the day beer was legalized again in Iceland after being banned for decades. Icelanders celebrate with flowing fresh beer and friendly gatherings in bars across the country. It's not just about enjoying beer, it's a festive reminder of freedom and national pride. Want to know why beer was once banned in Iceland? Leave a comment with the number 6, and I'll tell you the full story. Number 2. Cost of living in Iceland. If you're thinking of moving to Iceland or planning an extended stay, you'll be surprised by one of the country's biggest advantages: a reasonable cost of living and an amazing living environment. More than 99% of Iceland's electricity comes from hydro and geothermal energy, which not only lowers utility costs, but also protects the environment with clean, renewable power. With crisp, pollution-free air and no factory smog, Iceland is truly a green paradise worth living in. In terms of cost, renting a one-bedroom apartment in downtown Reykjavik may range from around $1,200 per month. While that might sound high, it's actually reasonable when you consider the quality of life. Utilities, electricity, water, internet, are about $200 a month, thanks to the country's use of renewable energy. Other expenses like food can be a bit pricey, but if you cook at home, groceries typically cost around $300 to $400 per month. Public transportation is only about $100 a month, and gym memberships run from $50 to $70 a month if you like staying active. Altogether, a monthly budget of $2,000 to $2,500 is usually enough. Iceland may not be the cheapest country, but with a clean environment, high quality of life, and friendly locals, it's definitely a place worth considering if you're seeking a peaceful life close to nature. Thinking about visiting or retiring in Iceland yet? Be sure to prepare your documents and visa applications in advance. If you're a U.S. citizen and planning to visit or retire in Iceland, here's the good news. Iceland is part of the Schengen area, so you can visit for up to 90 days without a visa. However, if you want to stay longer or move there, you'll need to apply for a long-term visa or residence permit. This process can take anywhere from 1 to 3 months, depending on your purpose and the type of visa. Citizens of the EU or Schengen countries don't need a visa, and if you're planning to retire or live there long-term, you just need to register with the Icelandic Immigration Office after arrival. Iceland has no military, and its crime rate is extremely low, making it one of the safest countries in the world. It's often compared to a peaceful retirement village, with prisons that look more like relaxing retreats than correctional facilities. To retire or settle in Iceland, you'll need to show proof of stable finances and health insurance for your stay. But the process is fairly simple if you follow the steps properly. Number 1. Unique Icelandic cuisine. Iceland is a paradise for food lovers who enjoy trying something new and different. One of the most iconic dishes is skyr, a special type of yogurt with a smooth texture and slightly tangy flavor. Often served with fruit or honey, skyr has been made in Iceland for over 1,000 years and is still a favorite snack or healthy breakfast today. Another must-try is lamb soup, made from fresh Icelandic lamb, root vegetables, and herbs, a staple in many households. Icelanders also love fresh fish like salmon and cod, usually cooked simply to preserve the ocean's natural flavors. Did you know there's a traditional Icelandic dish that was once a national pride, but is now banned from consumption? Comment with the number 2, and I'll tell you the fascinating story behind it. We've now explored 15 amazing facts about Iceland. Thank you for watching our travel documentary all the way to the end. We hope this gave you a fresh perspective on this unique country. See you in the next video.